Ibwe. Thank you. You're on. Good evening, everyone. Please be seated. We're about to start. Thank you very much for joining us for another council meeting in this beautiful season. And hope everyone enjoyed the night. And congratulations to the Youth Council. Gonna be swearing tonight. (7:02). The meeting is called to order. Deputy City Clerk.
Councilwoman Timothy.
Here.
Mayor Bien-Aimé.
Yeah.
Councilman Galvin.
Here.
Councilman Desime. Councilwoman Estime Irvin.
Present.
Councilman Desime. Here. Mayor, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you very much. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance with Major Diana Roman, followed by Pastor Mike Davis from Friends of Peace, Miami Beach Church Inc. for the invocation. It's going to be Commander Brinson.
Yes, sir. Please take the art. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good evening. All hearts and minds are clear. Father, we thank you for bringing us this far in the year. For our final meeting, we thank you for the mayor and his staff of this great city. We thank you for the chief and his fine officers, the number one officers in the country. Father, we thank you so much for watching over the great city. And Father, we thank you for us having unity and during these times and troubled times. Father, we ask you to look on all the victims of the tornadoes. Father, let us continue to help them. Remember Haiti today with the explosion. Look on them, Father. And Father, we ask that our gift under the Christmas tree is to give to those that don't have. These things we pray in your name. That servant prayer, we all say amen.
Amen. Please be seated. Thank you very much, Pastor Davis from Friends of Peace Church. Now let's hear from Commander Brinson for an update on COVID-19.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Commander Angelo Brinson, Emergency Manager. For this week's COVID-19 update, in Miami-Dade County, the 7-day average positivity rate for new COVID-19 cases is at 4%. The total number of new cases reported last week in Miami-Dade County was 3,328. This was an increase of 1,197 cases over the previous week's total of 2,131. Now, about a month ago, we were down to about 1,000 new cases a week. But as you can see, we jumped up to 2,000 a week, and now we're back up to over 3,000 a week. So let us utilize this as a reminder for everyone to continue to utilize all of our procedures and protocols in place to stop the spread of COVID-19. The CDC has expanded eligibility for the COVID-19 booster for individuals who are 16 years of age and up, at least 6 months after completing the Pfizer vaccine. If you got the Moderna booster, it is recommended for 18 and up, 6 months after completing your vaccine. And for Johnson & Johnson, it is recommended to get the booster 2 months after receiving the vaccine. In closing, the City of North Miami has partnered with World Safe First to offer COVID-19 testing, vaccinations, and boosters at 2 of our city facilities. The Joe Celestine Center, located at 1525 Northeast 135th Street, and at the Gwen Margolis Center, located at 1590 Northeast 123rd Street. Both locations offer COVID-19 testing Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and vaccinations and boosters are available by appointment on Saturdays only. To schedule an appointment, you can call 1-800-935-9505 or visit homesafefirst.com/COVID. That is my report for today. I'll take any questions.
Thank you very much. Commander Benson, no. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
The first presentation is Florida League of Cities and Major John Lynn, Years of Service. Award presented by Councilman Scott Galvin. For service. Oh, to Scott Galvin. But, oh.
I just want to thank Scott Galvin, the best city councilman.
Oh, thank you, sorry.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Mayor, Council, staff, and residents. Can I take this off here?
Yes.
Okay. My name is Shwanda Barnett, and I'm your ambassador from the Florida League of Cities. For the record, the League is headquartered at 301 South Bruno Street in Tallahassee, but I work out of our Orlando office. For those who don't know, the Florida League of Cities has been the voice of city government since 1922. We're going to be kicking off our 100-year anniversary in January of 2022, and we look forward to celebrating with all of you. Our goal is to serve the needs of cities by providing city officials and staff with advocacy, training, and expertise, and by standing up for the rights of the governments closest to the people, governments like the beautiful city of North Miami. I am here today because it is my honor to present Councilman Scott Galvin with the Mayor John Land Service Years Award in honor of 20 years of service to the city of North Miami. 20 whole years. It is also my understanding that you are the longest serving councilman in North Miami's 90-year history. Is that correct? Very good. So the John Land Years of Service Award, named in honor of Apopka Mayor John Land, who served his city for more than 60 years, honors elected municipal officials for their extensive years of dedicated public service. This award focuses on a city, town, or village's legislative body members who have reached anywhere from 20 years to 50 years of service. We haven't had anybody reach 60 yet. At this time, I'd like to read the language of the resolution to you. Here. I read it. Whereas America's municipal governments have long relied upon the unselfish leadership of their citizens for local self-government, and Florida's municipal governments share the time-honored role as a level of government closest to the people. And whereas this reliance places extraordinary responsibilities upon citizen legislators, municipal elected officials who make significant sacrifices of their time and energies on behalf of their citizens, often for little to no compensation, making this commitment a true labor of love. And whereas the municipal leaders strive for excellence in the governance of their city, town, or village and commit themselves to providing quality services, governing effectively, and working to improve the quality of life. And whereas the League has named its years of service in recognition of Mayor John Land, the mayor of Apopka between the years of 1949 and 2014, a leader whose dedication is unsurpassed at the national and state levels and who modeled the way for decades of municipal leaders. And whereas several terms in office is a high compliment voters give to an official, and with these years of experience comes a strengthening of wisdom, discernment, and strong leadership skills that bring tremendous value to the municipal governments of Florida. And whereas Vice Mayor Galvin held the office in the city of North Miami for 20 years and is recognized for this achievement, now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Directors of the Florida League of Cities that Councilman Galvin is commended for his dedication to the city of North Miami and is hereby recognized as an outstanding public servant in Florida. So I have a pin for you. Can I pin you?
For those of you hoping that I'm leaving now, I still have a year and a half to go. Thank you. In this coming May makes 23 years that I'll have been in office since 19. How many of you were born after the year 1999? No, yeah, I know. Jesus. But obviously, I've served with a lot of great people over the years and served with a really, really dedicated bunch. And I'm not just saying this to sound like I'm giving platitudes. This council really gets along well and is moving forward to accomplish some great things for the city. A lifelong resident, I'm seeing some stuff happening right now that's truly exciting. So thank you to the mayor, council, city clerk. Thank you to our city staff who really does all the work every day. And thank you to the league for taking the time to recognize.
Thank you very much to the League of Cities, the Florida League of Cities, for presenting this award to Councilman Scott Galvin, for presenting this week one for 20 years. 23. It's been now you get the John Land Award for 20 years of service. And now it's the North Miami Youth Council swearing ceremony, and I ask Councilwoman Marie-Estime Irvin to come forward. We're very happy to see men and women of this board, the Youth Council. The Youth Council is a great example of the city of North Miami continuing to uplift the youth of our community. Right now, we're so happy to see the families and friends and families and supporting those men and women, and I hope that you succeed. Today we are here as mayor and council, and tomorrow it's going to be you. We're so happy, and congratulations to you. And now I'm inviting Councilwoman Estime Irvin to say.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, colleagues, residents, and friends of North Miami. Like the mayor, I am extremely proud of these students. This second class composed of juniors and seniors from the Florida Virtual School, North Miami Senior High School, Miami Beach Senior High School, Miami Central Senior High School, Sheridan Hill Christian School. These students not only excel in the classroom, they are athletes, basketball and volleyball players. One of these students actually has an Emmy. We have a member who is a star on the debate team, and if you could not be any more proud, after graduation, a member of this council went to serve in the military. I am beyond proud. Thank you to all my colleagues who received these applications and who nominated these distinguished students. I ask the audience for some patience as we publicly honor these students this evening. At this time, Madam Clerk, can you please swear in our Youth Council, Miss Alicia Lucent? Alicia, okay.
So this one actually brings me tremendous pleasure to do because I am swearing in my mentee, Alicia Lucent. And Alyssa actually interned with the Office of the City Clerk over the summer. And Alyssa doesn't need much to get her started, right? She is a self-driven young lady who really takes passion and joy in making sure that she does the best that she can each and every single day. And when I found out that you applied for this, it really touched me. You know how I feel about you. I think you're amazing. And I'm just so proud to see you in this position. And I'm just so proud to know that you're going to go so much further. And so thank you for allowing me to swear you in today. I'm so proud. I'm also proud of all of you. You know that. You know that. But you know what Elisa means to me as well, because she interned with me. All right. So you'll repeat after me. I, a resident of the state of Florida, of the United States of America, and of the city of North Miami, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida, observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of the city of North Miami, and will faithfully perform the duties of the North Miami Youth Council. So help me God. Congratulations, Alyssa. So, we didn't plan this. All right, so you're going to sign right here. And now I'm going to turn it over to you to swear in your colleagues.
Good evening, everybody. I now call for the respective youth council members and their family members to come in for their public swearing. All right, please repeat after me. Please have your left hand on your Bible and your right hand up. All right. Please repeat after me. I, a resident of the state of Florida, of the United States of America, and of the city of North Miami, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of the state of Florida, observe the provisions of the charter and ordinances of the city of North Miami, and will faithfully perform the duties of the North Miami Youth Council. So help me God. Congratulations, guys. Thank you.
They're all just gonna sign, like, just harmonious.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on.
Mayor and council, if you can, mayor and youth council, if you can all gather together for a group picture, please. Thank you. A group. Youth council and council together for picture. Madam Clerk. Yes, please, with your honorary, I apologize. Please. Move over, guys, move over, so it's centered. Yeah, just a little. Thank you. Windows, windows.
Yeah. Right. So, can make them sign for you? Then make them sign afterwards. You guys. So, okay. So earlier I said that this is a second class. Many may wonder that this is the first presentation that we've seen. Well, last year, even in the year of COVID, with the support of my colleagues, we launched a North Miami Council. And Angelo, Nathan, Cindy, Justin, Jonathan joined the inaugural class. Through the pandemic, the students were at their best and during the pandemic, the students did the best that they could, and they met virtually. So at this moment, I would like to allow for our former mayor, Cindy Jean-Paul, a moment to address the council.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Cindy Jean-Paul, former mayor of the North Miami Youth Council. I would like to first thank Councilwoman Estime Irvin for creating such a program like this, where young high school students are able to know the functions of government, identify issues within the community, and give notion on how to deal with it. I also would like to thank our Mayor Bien-Aimé for entrusting me to represent the whole city. During my time as mayor, we conducted a college readiness seminar, which prepared high school students for college. Many students were able to gain valuable information, ask questions they were unable to ask, and many more. We also hosted a fitness class to ensure the health of our youth is still intact during this pandemic. I look forward in working with the new board in helping the youth of North Miami. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Cindy Paul, for that. And next, it is my distinct honor to recognize our new youth mayor, Ms. Odalette Redela.
Good evening, everyone. Sorry. My name is Odalette Redela, and I'm the new mayor of the North Miami Youth Council. First of all, I would like to thank Councilwoman Estime Irvin for, of course, sponsoring and creating the Youth Council. and Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy for nominating me to the Youth Council. It's been a really special experience, and I think we have a really, really great group. We all get along so well, and I'm so excited to see what we do in the future. We already have so many projects that we've discussed and so many more to come, so I'm excited to see what we do for the youth of North Miami. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for that. And thank you to the new class. Why don't we give them a round of applause? I look forward to your growth and success. Know that you can connect with all of your elected to help you with this journey. To the parents, friends, and administrators who are here today, thank you for standing with these students. Know that your presence, words, and encouragement is never enough. Again, I'd like to say a special thank you also to Rosny Jean-Louis Augustin, which is the person that coordinates with the Youth Council. Rosny, let the residents see who's behind, do the everyday work with the Youth Council. Also, Patricia Livasor, which is a big hand to the Youth Council, and all of you and that are here. Thank you for supporting our youth. And you youth that are listening, I think we still have room. We still have more rooms to serve. This is a great opportunity to understand local government and to make a difference in your community. Thank you for your patience. And again, congratulations, North Miami Youth Council. And thank you, colleagues, for your support.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh. Thank you very much. And now let's move to the agenda. Madam City Manager, do we have any addition, deletion, or defuel to the
No,
agenda?
sir. No, sir.
Thank you very much. Madam Deputy City Attorney.
Mayor,
Do we have-
the
can
agenda
we-
is set. You are set to proceed.
Thank you very much. Announce city events.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, North Miami neighbors, and guests. My name is Katia Filippo on behalf of the City of North Miami, and it is my pleasure to share our city's upcoming events with you. The City of North Miami's Mayor and Council will host 3 Publix gift card drive-through distributions on December 15th, tomorrow, Thursday, December 16th, and Friday, December 17th, between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. each day. These gift cards will be distributed to North Miami residents who are experiencing financial hardships due to COVID-19. Cards are issued on a first-come, first-served basis while supplies last. Only one card will be provided per household For information, please call the Office of the City Manager at 305-893-6511, extension 12110, or visit northmiamifl.gov/COVID-19 relief. Join MOCA on December 15th at 7 p.m. for an upcoming session of Conversations at MOCA that will explore on the importance of art in relation to history, healing, and the internal quest for self-definition. Panelists will include Houston Cypress, Reverend activist and artist, Durante Blaze Billy, Two-Spirit artist, assistant director of the Seminole Museum, and Tara Chadwick, curator and community art catalyst. For more information, visit mocanomi.org. Mayor Philip Yaname and the Association of Haitian Educators of Dade, AHED, cordially invite you to attend the 2021 Holiday Mixer. This event will be held on Thursday, December 16, 2021, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the MOCA of Contemporary Art Paradise Courtyard, located at 770 Northeast 125th Street. COVID-19 protocols will be enforced, and RSVPs are due by this evening. The event is sponsored by the Law Office of Andre Pierre. Celebrate the holiday season with the City of North Miami. Join Councilwoman Mary Estime Irvin as she presents Winter Wonderland on Pioneer Boulevard, located on Northeast 137th Street between 7th and 9th Avenue, in partnership with Mayor Philip Yaname, District 2 Councilwoman Cassandra Timothy, Congresswoman Frederica Wilson, Commissioner Jean Monestein, State Representatives Christopher Benjamin, and State Representative Dottie Joseph. This family-friendly event will be held on Friday, December 17th at 5 p.m. There will be a toy distribution, music, food, rides, games, and much more. Did someone say snow? Join the North Miami Police Department for Let It Snow, a family-friendly event happening on Saturday, December 18th from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at the North Miami Police Department, located at 700 Northeast 124th Street. There will be tons of snow, a petting zoo, pony rides, holiday music, tasty snacks, and a special guest. Coffee and hot chocolate will be provided by Starbucks. We hope to see you there. The North Miami Public Library will host a celebrity story time and toy distribution with the Haitian American Nurses Association of Florida on Saturday, December 18th at 2 p.m. Rose Valcine, president of HANA, will read a holiday story and distribute toys to registered participants. North Miami residents are encouraged to register by visiting nomilibraryholidaystorytime.eventbrite.com. Join the NOMI CRA as they present NOMI Art Walk every third Saturday of the month, starting December 18th at 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. The event will take place at MOCA Plaza, and it will spread within a 2-block radius of downtown North Miami. Invite your friends and enjoy a walk through years of Miami's art history. For more information, visit nomiartwalk.com. Councilwoman Mary Estime Urban kicks off the new year with her 3rd annual Soup Jumu event on Saturday, January 1st, 2022 at 9 o'clock a.m. For additional details regarding the event, please contact the Office of the Mayor and City Council at 305-895-9818. Please note that North Miami City Hall will be closed Thursday, December 23rd and Friday, December 24th in observance of the Christmas holiday, and again on Friday, December 31st in observance of the New Year's holiday. To stay up to date with NOMI news and events, log on to website northmiamifl.gov, click on Connect with NOMI on the homepage to sign up for our newsletters. You may also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at NOMI News. That's all for tonight. Thank you and happy holidays on behalf of the City of North Miami.
Thank you very much. Now let's move to appointments. I'm City Clerk.
We don't have any appointments on this agenda, it seems.
Thank you very much. Let's move to the consent agenda.
Unless a member of the City Council wishes to remove a specific item from this portion of the agenda, tabs A through D constitute the consent agenda. These resolutions and items are self-explanatory and are not expected to require additional review or discussion. These items will be recorded as individually numbered resolutions adopted unanimously by the following motion. The consent agenda comprised of tabs A through D be adopted.
Now your motion on the consent.
So move.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the consent agenda. The motion was seconded by Mayor Biename. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Tab E, a proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida. Resolution expressing sympathy and condolences to the Meek family and honoring the life and legacy of the United States Congresswoman Carrie P. Meek upon her passing, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab E.
Thank you very much. Councilwoman Timothy.
Thank you, Mayor. This is just a resolution. I know we didn't meet prior to her passing, but I know others do, so wanted to make sure that it as well. And sponsored a resolution honoring the life of Carrie P. Meek, someone who I have the honor of reading in my textbook. I also remember she's the reason why I joined Delta Sigma sorority committed to public. So definitely wanted to honor her. Thank you, Mayor.
And the city of North Miami was well represented at the funeral, and all council members were there, and I was there, and I personally worked with Congresswoman Carrie Meek between 1992 and 2000, especially when after this violent coup d'etat in Haiti, and that's killed over 5,000 people, and he stands strong as someone supporting the community. Pressure the Clinton administration at that time reversed the coup d'etat in Haiti. Would advocate not only for community but for the Asian American community living here and abroad and throughout the world. Every time, everywhere, you see injustice and you see Congresswoman Carrie Meek. So happy to bring the proclamation to the family and that sympathy, and further we're gonna make Congresswoman Carrie P. Meek North Miami Citizen Hall of Fame. And you work with her?
Yeah, I worked for the Congresswoman through the 90s. I was one of her aides here in Miami. Everybody has heard all about the things she's accomplished publicly, but I've got to share with you that privately, she was just as warm, genuine as as you saw from the public point of view. Very caring, very nurturing. When I got sworn into office the second time in 2003, I had her swear me in, because if not for her example and her lessons, I wouldn't be doing all of these things. So you can rest assured that this council's chosen a good person, and Councilwoman, thank you for choosing her to honor the late Congresswoman Meek.
Thing we said, and should we open it to? Yeah, it's by everybody, and should we open it to the public? If anyone wishes to speak, tab E, feel free to do so. None. Public hearing is now closed.
And Mr. Mayor, I too wanted to just say I had the honor to work with Congresswoman Meek, through Scott, actually. That's when I first met Congresswoman Meek in 1996. And that was my first political introduction into politics. After Scott, who was working for Congresswoman Meek, came to North Miami Senior High School and spoke and kind of give a call to action to join the North Miami JCs. And then subsequently, I think a couple months later, it was the 1996 election. And then, through the efforts we were out, that was my first political campaign working for then President Clinton, and Congresswoman Meek, as furious as she was, and of course to learn all the great things that she has as a fierce leader. So we have lost a giant in this community, and she'll be forever, remember for all the barriers and being a real trailblazer in our community. And we truly appreciate her service and her family and her legacy live on. So thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council Member Timothy, for bringing this up. And we definitely in full support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Can I hear a motion on tab E?
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Desilme to approve the item at tab E. The motion was seconded by Councilwoman Timothy. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Tab F, a proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, providing for the induction of United States Congresswoman Carrie P. Meek into the North Miami Citizens Hall of Fame, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab F.
Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public. That's mean Congresswoman Terry B. Meek will be North Miami Citizen Hall of Fame. Anyone wish to speak on the item? Public hearing is now open. Public hearing is now closed.
Move approval.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab F. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bieneme. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Tab G.
Thank you very much.
A proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to execute an amended and restated interlocal agreement for design, construction, and joint funding of recreational facilities and an amended and restated escrow agreement between the City of North Miami and the School Board of Miami-Dade County to provide for the disbursement of $5 million in escrow funds to the City of North Miami and to provide for the design, construction, joint funding of recreational facilities at Cagney Park, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab G.
Good evening, Council. We've had some discussions about our escrow agreement with respect to the school board on the Cagney Park. This item is an agreement that we came to with the school board to release and disperse those funds from the escrow agreement. We expect if we were to pass it tonight, we're expecting the school board to bring it as an item there. And after both parties have passed and agreed onto the agreement, then we could disperse the $5 million from the escrow agreement based on Cagney Park.
Thank you very much. Open it to the public. Public is now open. Public hearing is now closed. A motion to
So moved. I just had a quick question, though.
yes, sir.
So we've already put forward our 5 million plus another 5 million, and the school board has put forward their 3. Is that accurate? Now the school board's giving us back our 5.
No, so we had put our 5, we had put 7 because 2 was our contribution as the city.
Okay.
And then they put 3.5 and we had put the 7 and the 5 million expecting to get 5 million from the county. Currently 5 million, the county did award us the GOB, which is reimbursable. And so now we have the 10.5 million. So they're releasing the 5 million we had put in, waiting for the county money.
Gotcha. So it's almost like we're getting 5 million back.
Yeah,
yes, that is correct.
Yeah, that's
yes.
we're getting
yeah.
5 million back.
Yeah, we're getting
the county
5 million back because we had put that away, and we
give us
won't.
the money.
The other 5 million will come from the county.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. So I move approval.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab G. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bieneme. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote. Tab H. A proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, approving the city administration's competitive selection and addition of GPE Engineering and General Contractor Corp. as the second lowest responsible contractor to provide citywide sidewalk repair services. Further authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement with the selected contractor for a total amount not to exceed $200,000 annually in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in invitation for bid number 18-20-21, providing for an effective date and all other purposes. Tab H.
Tab H is to fix the sidewalks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public. Public hearing is now open on tab H. Public hearing is now closed. Now your motion on tab H.
So move.
Second.
I had a question, not a question, but a comment. I voted for the project,
Yes.
Mr. Mayor. So can I make my comment? I had requested when I doing my briefing with staff, just for a list, just for the record. I did ask the public work director for a list, which I got. I just wanted to make sure I'm on the record that these projects, we don't have them in any particular order. That is going to be equally, evenly distributed throughout the city. Is it, that's my question. I just wanted to make sure
that's
that on
correct.
the record.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Did you make an assessment about how much money we need to fix the sidewalks and the streets? And we're gonna That's not what we are doing.
No, we
No?
have an allocated amount, which is 200,000. So
Okay.
then there's some that are on a priority
The
list.
project are not
Yeah,
there yet.
but
Okay.
but to answer the councilman, we just gave all of the
All
ones,
of-
the sidewalks
yes.
that we were expecting that we could do with this allocation.
So, question, so there is a list of the sidewalks that are like is gravely needed repair right now? I know we may have some that are, you know,
There's
that
a
may
lot
need
of
to be
bad
fixed
ones.
immediately.
Well, I didn't get that list though.
Do we
Yeah,
have?
but the
no,
thing-
I'm
Is that what the one that I
asking,
got?
do they have a list?
Yeah, that's the list that you were sent from Mr. Pierre Louis. That's the list of the ones on the sidewalk repairs that are the priorities. Whenever we get additional, they go on a list and we would see those, but that's the list that they have prepared for going
Okay,
forward.
then I
Can you
have a
share that
problem
with
with
all
that
the
list.
council?
I will share
Yeah,
that
but
list.
Can I say something?
Mhm.
200,000 won't be able to repair
No.
10% of
Nothing.
10% of what we have. That's when it's not like 200,000 will be able to do a lot of streets when it comes to repair. It's 200,000.
Not a lot, not a lot, Mr. Mayor. My
Less than
concern,
10%. We need
Yeah,
to be
it's-
aware of that.
it's real bad, but again, I had asked if I could get the list just to see the list, and I got a list of 1 to 200. So from the 1 to 200, I didn't start seeing my area until 100 and something. So I was told that it wasn't priority. It was just list numbers. So now my question is, are they priority or are they just a list? So, and how they would be selected. You see what I'm saying? I just want to make sure when things happen, it's not like 5 years from now, we on a list and how that was determined. You see, I didn't know because, and I'll have a concern with that if that was the case, because I would just want to know the process, how, they got the list, because I have some potholes and some bad stuff. In fact, I sent you some people sent me on WhatsApp. So that was my question. So I just wanted to be clear that it's being fair and equitable throughout. It's not, selecting whatever that they select to fix it. But you're right, Mr. Mayor, it's not enough. But even if we do have enough, if I could fight.
I remember a few years ago, my proposal was why don't we do 1, 2, 3, 4? We spend all the money in one district, next year in the other one. So it's better instead of spending 50,000 to do just 1 or 2 street, and then at the end of the day you have 90% of the street unfinished. Yeah,
that's true too.
That's
I'm open to that.
Especially the worst part of the city that need it.
What we can do is we'll convene with each of you in terms of which one.
Or
if there's some that you have.
update a list so we can
Yeah.
address people who just recently called about.
And I like the idea of 1, 2, 3, 4. At least we'll know each year.
We spend all the money
in
location,
one,
so
and
we
then
can
2,
see
and then in
something.
3, and then 4. At least we know it's even, or at least it looks even, whatever the case is. We can right now.
Thank you very much, and you already have a motion. Is a second?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin to approve the item at tab H. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Aye.
Tab I, a proposed second reading ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, providing for a text amendment to Chapter 29 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances by amending Article 4, Division 2, entitled Zoning Districts, Article 5, Division 9, entitled Alcoholic Beverages, and Article 7, entitled Definitions, to allow online alcoholic beverage retail sales in the M1 district and define distribution center, providing for repeal, conflict, severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, codification, and for an effective date. Tab I.
Thank you very much. And Derek Cook is the new acting Community Planning and Development Director. And we know what it is, but for the first time, we're going to hear from.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Derek Cook, the Acting Director for Community Planning and Development. As the Mayor stated, this is the item, and as Madam Clerk has stated, for second reading for online alcoholic beverage sales. As you can see in tab, you have the locations where this would take into effect, which is in the M1 districts. The request is to allow for online alcoholic beverages sale in the M1 district and define the distribution center. The amendment to Section 4202 to allow online alcoholic beverages sales. Section 4202 is the area where we say that what can be allowed within the city and what may not be allowed within the city based on the zoning district. It's also an amendment to Article 5, Division 9, to recognize online alcoholic beverage sales and exempt from distance separation requirements. Requests also encompass an amendment to Article 7, which is the definition section of the land development regulations. The definitions that would be added to the code will be distribution center, meaning a warehouse or other specialized building which is stocked with goods, wares, merchandise, equipment, manufactured goods, warehouse products, retail products, and similar types of materials, or finished products, and commercial or industrial products or equipment or any type of nature to be redistributed off-site to retailers, wholesalers, or delivered or shipped directly to consumers at remote location. It also will include online retail beverage online alcoholic beverage retail, which means a state licensed venue selling alcoholic beverages online in sealed containers only for delivery and consumption off the premises, subject to limitations provided by the city's code, without any on-premises purchases or pickup by customers. The second reading, as we are talking about, the approval first reading occurred on October 26, 2021. The next step would be becomes effective in 10 business days after, 10 calendar days after the approval of the second reading. The council so deems to do so.
Thank you very much for the presentation. Tab I is open to the public. Public hearing is open on tab I. Public hearing is now closed.
Move for approval.
Second.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin to approve the item at tab I. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. Mayor Bianame, how do you vote?
Aye.
Councilwoman Estimate Irvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Desame, how do you vote?
Yes.
Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Tab J, a proposed first reading ordinance of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, amending Chapter 2 of the Code of Ordinances of the City of North Miami entitled Administration. At Article 3 entitled Boards, Committees, Commissions at Division 13. North Miami Commission for Women, specifically at Section 2-269, to provide for the inclusion of community stakeholders in the board membership of the North Miami Commission for Women, providing for repeal, conflict, severability, correction of Scrivener's errors, codification, and for an effective date. Tab J.
Thank you very much to the public. And any presentation now? Thank you very much. Open it to the public. Public hearing is open on tab J. Public hearing is now closed.
Move for approval.
No question,
Yes.
if I may. Doing my briefing with staff, I asked this question, and I think I asked you, Madam Manager, with all of the boards, are they meeting, Madam Clerk, or who keeps the attendance? I know we did something to improve it. Not this one specifically, but all of them. Are they improving?
So, well, in terms of, there were some issues that we had with like the Board of Adjustments, and we had some planning boards. We have been able to get like some last meetings where we had some quorum. However, we are doing a holistic review of the boards. I'll be sending to you all in January kind of a list of where every board is, even those that were active or not active. There is a resolution from before that says that the council would get a report and then have a discussion. So we'll bring a discussion item in one of the meetings in January after you've looked at the report to kind of go through which boards the council deems to keep, and then making sure that at that meeting we're prepared to start having like appointments for the ones that we want to keep.
Okay. Right, thank you.
You have a motion.
I'm sorry, who made the second?
I did.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin to approve the item at tab J. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bianame. Councilwoman Estimate Irvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Bianame, how do you vote? Councilman Desame, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote?
Yes.
Motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
Okay.
Tab K, first, please be advised that the following items on the agenda are quasi-judicial in nature. If you wish to speak in favor of, object to, or comment on an item, please complete a public speaker's card indicating the agenda item number on which you would like to comment. You must be sworn in before addressing the City Council, and you may be subject to cross-examination. If you refuse to submit to cross-examination, the City Council will not consider your comments in its final deliberation. Please also disclose any ex parte communications that you may have had with any members of the City Council. City Council members must do the same. Tab K, a proposed resolution of the Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, approving an application for a conditional use permit in substantially the attached form for a proposed mixed-use development consisting of a 20-story, 360-unit residential tower, an 8-story parking garage with an amenity deck, 8,429 square feet of ground-level retail space, and 4 on-street parking spaces on 2 parcels of real property located approximately at 1810 Northeast 146th Street and at the southeast intersection of Northeast 144th Street and Northeast 18th Avenue, specifically identified with Miami-Dade County folio numbers 06-2221-006-0010 and 06-2221-006-0020, and totaling approximately 2 acres in accordance with Article 3, Division 4, Sections 3-402 through 3-407, Article 4, Division 2, Sections 4-202, Section 4-203, parentheses A, and Section 4-205, and Article 4, Division 3, Section 4310 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances, Chapter 29, entitled Land Development Regulation, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes. Tab K.
Thank you very much. You ready for?
One moment, Mayor, please. Thank you.
As you're setting up, for anyone who's giving testimony today on the item at tab K, please stand and raise your right hand as I issue the oath. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in these proceedings is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. As stated, this is a conditional use permit to allow for the construction of a mixed-use development containing 360 residential units and a tower of approximately 20 stories. The request is, as stated, a conditional use permit allowing 360 floating units from the 2000 Special Development Transit-Oriented Development District. The subject property consists of 2 city-owned parcels totaling 2.3 acres, approximately 85,000 square feet. The parcel number 1 is 1810 Northeast 146th Street, and as was read in the record by the clerk, the other 2 parcels do not have addresses because they are vacant, and you read in the folio numbers for each one of those. Parcels will be located between Northeast 146th Street. On the west side of the properties will be Northeast 18th Avenue, and it's flanked at the very south end, Northeast 143rd Street. Currently, the use is a public works, storage, and parking. The zoning is M1, industrial, designated industrial, and on the flume. The location, as stated, is within the Special Development and Transit Overlay District. The density allowed in the district is 150 units per acre. The maximum height allowed is 200 feet. The proposed is 360 unit mixed use development. As stated, it's going to be a 20-story building It would have an 8-story parking garage, which would be flanked on the north side of the property. It would have 8,429 square feet of commercial and retail on the ground floor, and it would have 4 on-street parking spaces. Also associated with the property, they would have 28 deed-restricted 2-bedroom affordable workforce housing units, integrated with public art, and it would be LEED certified. 100% of the landscape would be Florida native plants. The economic development is estimated to be 1,224 part-time workers doing the part-time and full-time workers doing the construction of the site. Estimated $44 million would be generated in wages during that time. It's estimated 35 to 45 full-time employees after the construction has been completed. We have an ad valorem of taxes of $1.07 million expected yearly, a gross sale revenue of $6,300,000 annually. The impact on development fees is $1.64 million, and lease payment would be $100,000 per year. The conditional use requires that the Development Review Committee, the DRC, review this item, and it also would go back to you, the City Council, for review for approval of the site plan. The site plan and architectural compliance restricts covenant setting aside 28 units for affordable and workforce housing, construction of 6 feet wide sidewalks along all streets frontages. A unity of title is needed for the properties. A certificate of occupancy would be needed, and a certificate of use will be needed before the development may fully operate. As stated, it will provide a LEED certified silver or equivalent certification prior to the certificate of occupancy. The Planning Commission recommended approval of the item.
Thank you very much. Let's open it to the public. Whoever swearing and want to speak on the item, please come forward.
Mayor, Commission, my name is Jimmy Tate. Thank you for affording me this opportunity to speak tonight. But before I start, I just want to comment.
Your address?
My address is 12855 Biscayne Bay Drive. I currently reside there in North Miami. But first, before I start, I do want to compliment Commissioner Mayor Esteem Irvin for the Youth Council. I did not know that existed. And I tell you, when I see those children get up here, it makes me proud. It makes me believe we have a future. And honestly, it brought a tear to my eye. So I thank you very much for that, because it's so nice to see kids get involved and get engaged, because that's the problem with society. People don't want to get engaged. So many, many, many compliments for a job well done. And to everyone that was involved in that process, thank you as well. Thank you. Anyways, Mayor, Distinguished Commission, my name is Jimmy Tate. I live in the city of North Miami since 1990. My current residence, as I just mentioned to the mayor, is 12855 Biscayne Bay Drive in North Miami. My corporate offices are also here in North Miami since 1989, and we employ approximately 25 people. My father, Stanley G. Tate, has had his corporate offices in North Miami since the mid-1960s. And now my oldest daughter, Jordan, her husband, Aharon, their 2 babies, they live in North Miami. And I just learned over the past month, my youngest daughter, Megan, her husband, who's in the Navy, are moving back down here to be close to us, also in North Miami. So I'm very, very excited. So as I speak to you today, I speak as someone who is fully vested in our great city of North Miami, someone who cares about our great city, and someone whose standing and reputation in our community is pretty good and pretty strong. Thank you for the opportunity to speak and share with you our vision and why I would appreciate your support and consideration while listening to our presentation tonight. And obviously afterwards, assuming you agree with the value add that we propose to bring to the city of North Miami, I hopefully will get your support with our efforts by approving the CUP application, which is before you tonight. As Derek astutely noted, so I'm just going to run through this. The property requesting approval consists of 2 parcels of land located between 143rd Street and 146th Street. Am I
Go ahead.
limited to time or?
No, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. On the east side of Northeast 18th Avenue, the property had also been previously used by the city as a parking lot, which had basically no monetary value to the city. To give everyone a better understanding of the general area location, it's south of 151st Street, just west of Biscayne Boulevard, east of West Dixie Highway. In fact, the western boundary of Northeast 18th Avenue is not even located in the city of North Miami. That property, which is due west of us, is located in Miami-Dade County. The property in question, however, is located within the North Miami Overlay District, which was previously mentioned, which was established many years ago in an effort to inspire growth and development in areas throughout the city, predominantly this area, which consists of industrial warehouses and a few office showroom warehouses. As we've all learned, just because you change the zoning in certain areas, it does not mean that the area will develop on its own, especially if the area has no redeeming characteristic or identity, such as a warehouse district. About 20 months ago, I was approached to help devise a plan to revitalize the general area in question by developing something special on the two city-owned parcels, which previously mentioned was used as a parking facility for city parking vehicles and then for the public. And at a certain point in time, the Audi car dealership leased the north portion for their own private use. The challenge presented to us was for our company to design and develop a site plan with the hope that our development would inspire other large real estate development firms to develop in the area as well, thereby acting as a catalyst to transform the entire industrial warehouse district. The net result would be much needed housing and increased tax base by helping others elevate the surrounding property values. There's a well-known saying we're all very aware of, and it's very apropos in this case, that all ships rise in a rising tide, and that's our objective. At first, we thought, how do we create value on these two parcels of land which are relatively narrow and which are nestled at the far end of an industrial park, with no visibility and surrounded by a new multi-story parking garage to the south and a 40-year-old affordable housing development approximately 1 block to the north. In any event, we realized if we were going to be successful in this endeavor, we would need to think way outside the proverbial box. So we hired the world-renowned Kobe Karp Architecture and Interior Design, who's also here with us tonight to speak on behalf of this project, and explain some of the architectural articulations that he designed and incorporated into his design. But we decided to work with him and collaborate with our design to create a very cool mixed-use development which would overcome the shortcomings of the area. Our objective was to design a mixed-use development which would have visibility both literally and physically, as well as a positive impact on what we believe will inspire others to follow suit and commence developing similar mixed-use product in the area to help transcend in this area into an emerging district, which will include a safe live, work, play environment. The objective is for our proposed development to establish value for the area, thereby creating platforms for others to develop the surrounding property with developments which have the same characteristics, so that all these forthcoming developments would be artistically woven into a field of warehouses, commercial buildings, future entertainment districts, and future restaurants, similar to what we see currently in Wynwood, Design District, Midtown, and Little River. Once we're successful and other qualified developers join in, then this new district will have a potential to evolve into an epicenter of residential and commercial activity, which will transcend time and space as we embark on developing a new safe neighborhood and its own identity and very cool vibe. What better way to facilitate an endeavor of this magnitude than by teaming up with two South Florida multi-generation real estate families. The Rock family, a third-generation South Florida real estate development firm with over 60 years of success. I'm pleased to introduce Sergio Rock, my partner in this project, and Michael Sperling of Rock Group as well, who are here with us tonight. And obviously my family, which is now 4 generations in the family business. And we've also been developing successful communities throughout the state of Florida since the 1930s, which gives us over 85 years of success in real estate development. But equally important, both of our families understand the importance of community and giving back to the communities and being engaged in the communities. So I think the names of our families and being involved with this project as pillars within our community and our history and our reputation is important and a compelling reason why we should seriously consider giving us the CUP approval tonight. In any event, enough about us and the location. We're here tonight because we desire to develop a best-in-class mixed-use development, which will consist of, and I'll run through this, I didn't realize that Derek was going to do such a good job presenting, but approximately 360 multifamily residential units with structured parking, approximately 8,500 square feet of commercial retail, rooftop amenity deck, resort-style pool, full-service fitness center, outdoor summer kitchens, hammock gardens, etc. Our community benefits will include affordable housing units within the development. Development will inspire new growth and development which will further increase the tax base. Much needed additional housing and good quality commercial retail in an area which is currently just industrial. And development incorporates numerous sustainable building practices. For all these reasons and many more, I respectfully request your full support as we conclude our presentation. In the same vein, tonight, to speak more about the property in more detail, I want to introduce you to Kobe Karp and Kimberly Horn, our civil engineer, strategic traffic strategist, and land planner. So I'm going to invite Kobe Karp up to speak and present the architectural details of this project. Thank you very much. And if you have questions, I'll be happy to answer them when we're done.
Good evening. My name is Kobe Karp. It's an honor to stand here in front of you. Very impressed of what I saw this evening. Very, very impressed. So if you allow me, I'll just take a minute and walk you through the site.
Can you see an address?
Yes, sir. My address is 571 Northwest 28th Street, Miami, Florida. You don't see it? The boss. I promise I'll be brief. I won't take as long as Jimmy. So this is the site plan, and basically what you see here in front of you is we have an opportunity to create not only the thoroughfare and not only to implement the streets, but we also here in blue we have residences on the street with eyes on the street. We have the drop-off. We have an entry point and obviously the commercial retail. What we try to do is as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west is to create an opportunity of open space, the low-rise parking structure, and then the multifamily residential being right here in this corner, if you can see the arrow. Did I go the wrong direction? Yes, of course. Up. There we go. So this image right here shows the retail at the ground level, the multifamily residential over here, and then we have a drive-through with the garage and the amenity area right here for the residents. Yes, sir? No, it's okay. PowerPoint. Yes, sir. There it is. Oh, wow. Well, look at that. Thank you, Derek. You're the best. Okay. So this is the location, which helps us all to see the orientation. And that's really what I was referring to is the east to west along a southern axis orientation. Great touch. And this is the existing site condition. This is what we spoke about just a second ago. This is a close-up of where you can see that you can drop off. You have the lobby. You have the residences on the street. And what we did is we oriented the building. These are shadow boxes that as the sun rises and sets in the west, we have a protection on the glazing that's for the solar gain and also for the lead. And what we did here is we selecting some artists, local artists from the community that we would like to work with to give us art in public spaces, not only on the underside, but also on the bridge itself, because we want it to be unique to the community and to the district we're in. This is in the south, looking back to the north, and you can see the open space. You can see the commercial where you can have coffee shop and retail on the ground level. The screening of the garage, and the idea behind it is that at night it will light up and be like a Chinese lantern at night. And then the amenity area up here. And this is an image of the evening shot of the same development. This is the green space because basically what we're looking to do is implement a green passage all the way around the block to create, if you will, an environment of walking within the landscaping and under the building. And basically having this opportunity not only to improve the passage along the street, but also to implement the garden on the north side. This is a secret garden on the north side by the alley and improve the alley experience on both sides. This is a close-up of the landscaping, and you can see how we have the drop-off. We're continuing the street penetration. Kimberly Horn has worked very closely with us. We have all the back of house and obviously also the loading area. So we're looking to create, as Jimmy said, a unique experience and a unique development. This is the opportunity to really create retail on the ground, have multifamily residential also on the street, and retail. So it's a mixed use fully, not only for the folks who live in the building, but also for people who live in the neighborhood. They can come, they can enjoy it. This is the connectivity of the bridge, where we have not only a gym and exercise area and health and fitness, but also we have an outdoor landscape pool amenity area with a kids play area as well. And again, this is oriented on top of the garage, but if the east is right here and the west is right here and the sound flows from east to west, it creates a nice opportunity for the landscaping to be in the sun. And this is the double loaded corridors. You can see the way it's oriented is to maximize the light and air into the units. We have some very nice materials and finishes here, not only on the building, but also on the public spaces. We have worked very closely with your staff to implement that into the building. And by the way, thank you very much for your staff. You have phenomenal staff. Thank you so much for your time. And if any questions, suggestions, I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes. Let's open it to the public. Whoever swearing. Address. Public hearing is now open. Public hearing is now closed. Oh.
I would just need to swear you in. You didn't stand initially, right? Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Arceli Redila. My address is 13400 Northeast 9th Avenue. I am one of the parents for the Youth Council. Thank you for that opportunity. Since I am here, I just would like to take advantage of this opportunity. I am very, very happy to see that someone is investing into our community. I think it's a wonderful project, and I hope that it will serve as a catalyst to the city. I've just that passing around, or most that I am seeing is a storage facility. So I am very happy that we have this multifamily or mixed use. I just would like to see a connectivity, because it seems like it's on its own on 18th Avenue. Is there going to be improvements that the city is planning to do? I know that they will be only developing their site, of course, but is there a plan for it to be connected to the Dixie Highway maybe, and the US 1, for it to be not just on its own? But thank you so much for investing into our community.
Thank you very much. Public hearing is still open. Public hearing is now closed.
And just so everyone's aware, she's a former employee.
What happened? Oh, okay. Thank you very much. Any question on the dais? Can I hear a motion if there's no question?
Move approval.
A second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the item at tab K. The motion was seconded by Councilman Desilme. Councilman Galvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor Bieneme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote? Okay. Councilman Desilme, how do you vote?
Yes.
Councilwoman Estimate Irvin, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mayor, do you want to wait for Councilwoman Timothy to return before we call?
No. We call the vote, we move, and then when she comes, we can.
The motion carries with a 4-0 vote.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tab L, discussion regarding community center at Solimia.
Madam City Manager.
Councilwoman Timothy, how do you vote on tab K?
Yes.
The motion carries with a 5-0 vote.
So we have on tab L, the city administration of last year, well, actually the year before, we decided that we were going to do a community center at Solomia. And so I'm bringing forth this discussion item because we have already started on design and we did make an allocation towards design. So I want to get direction from the council as to whether or not a community center itself is what we want to build on it, or do we continue with the design based on the that we will have Wildcat Center. I know I've had some discussions, but I do need to get a directive from the council in terms of how to move forward as we are at the site design stage, and we would be moving into the actually preliminary design rather quickly if we're moving forward. So I wanted to have that discussion with the board about which way to move forward.
Yes.
So obviously, I've said it before, it makes no sense to have a community center right up the street from a community center. I've had one-on-one unofficial discussions with the folks at Solomia about taking the $2 million that they had set aside for building something there and redirecting a good portion of it to Wildcat's needs. Additionally, if we're, and this is just an idea, I didn't talk about this with them, your list prize. If we're going to shrink the size of whatever, I still think there needs to be some sort of ball field there or something, park space. But if we're going to shrink the size from 7 acres, we should get some money in return for shrinking. So taking that $2 million, maybe it ends up being $3 million or something like that. But depending on what the council wants to do, I'm in full agreement. There doesn't need to be a community center up the road from a.
Yeah, I think there needs some type of amenities, public amenities over there, because 4,800 units and the public need to have access to the area for public use. And even though we're not going to build a state-of-the-art facility, but we do need some public amenity in that area.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, I think I like the councilman's idea of the green space. I don't know if that's less money. I would hope that's less money. It's only grass and something, and see if we could get a little bit more money since we're not building a.
Meaning we're gonna move forward. We're gonna move forward with the design, but downscale the project.
No, he's saying a park.
Whatever it is,
yeah,
we still
okay,
need to do
design something.
Yeah, we need to move.
I could see if there's a need to have some little teeny community center there or none at all. To me, the original reason that I pushed for that project to be built into the then Biscuit Landing contract, because I wanted the kids who go to Morning High, David Lawrence High, which at that moment were brand new. I wanted them to have places to come and play. That was obviously before I envisioned what Solomia would come along and be. But more recently, I'd been saying, let's build a duplicate of Celestin Center at Solomia. And now that would just be costly to have that right down the street from Wildcat. So, park space plus a little community center, something like that. But, just scaling back the scope.
Yeah.
Mayor, may I?
Yes.
How much was set aside for the design? I know you said that there was funding allocated.
I believe it was 1.1 was total set for the design.
And how much have we already spent for it?
We were at the site phase, so we've spent less than 100,000.
And so right now, I guess you're seeking directions to see whether we should move forward. Maybe we should hold and maybe have further discussion. Is that what you're asking of us today?
Yes, I mean, if we look at the project So if we're not going to have a community center and then maybe there's just going to be ball fields and you're talking about like a design for something different, because usually the percentage of what it costs us for design is like a percentage of what the project is. So if there's no community center, what we were thinking was around about an $8 to $10 million community center. Well, actually about 10 to 12 probably by the time we had the materials. And so that's how we got to the $1.1 million number in terms of our ask for design. That would have been through the project.
So the ask for design would now be lowered, or you?
Yeah, it could be lowered depending on, so if it's not going to be a full, it's not going to be a full community center, and the number is going to be smaller, I can say, what is it to design a field? And just so that you know,
Not just
part
a
of,
field, to
we had a
downscale
field
the
in the
project,
design now.
not
Like,
just.
there is a baseball field that was in the original design now that could actually be multi-purposed as a football field. So it was going to be actually professional sized baseball diamond that could also fit a youth football field.
Not just that, you're going to sit down with the people of the area and figure out a downscale project, what that means. It's better instead of saying we're going to do this or that.
We can do that.
Yeah,
so I think
that's
the
what it
direction
is.
could be, we could go to, we're at the preliminary site, we're almost complete, maybe complete that site, then come back to
A
having a
downscale
discussion
plan.
about what it's going to be.
Talk to
Can I
them and
ask
put
an
it
extra question? Because I
downscale.
know there's been several amendments to the Solomia agreement. What is the last, I guess, what's the acreage of that site?
So in our document, the last one we had was 7.2, but I did have a conversation with Solomia. There was like one more that I was missing that must have been 7.4, and I believe that was based on a final negotiation with the former city manager that he had with Solomia. They wanted a little bit more acreage to fit the field, and so they did agree on something like 7.4.
7.4.
But I want to also let you know that a portion of that has to be used as a retention pond.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get, because of the way that land is and where it sits, and so there's retention pond.
Okay. That's the direction.
So the direction will be that I will go back and look at something scaled down and talk to Solomia about what type of project there.
Not just that. People, they do the work to and find out a downscale project.
Okay.
And talk to people to find out what the area need. And
Can I ask a question about the lagoon? When is it will be open?
What lagoon?
They have a lagoon there?
Yeah, I can tell you about that lagoon.
I
if you
know.
wanna hear.
It looks. Is it open?
No, the lagoon is private though.
It's private?
It's open only to the residents of Solomia on certain weekend days.
Saturday and Sundays.
Nice.
So I've urged them to have like a community day or two where
they didn't
anybody
want that.
can come because it's such a magnificent lagoon.
What if we do
they
a
haven't
public lagoon?
committed to that yet, but maybe that ends up being part of the discussion.
Okay. Thank you. And that's when you have the direction, Madam City Manager. Tab M.
Tab M, discussion regarding the selection of vice mayor.
Councilman
Simervin, you put that in there.
Well, so this discussion was just to say, when did we want to vote? We had a new, we changed the way that we're going to do it, that is a vote, so I don't know if you guys wanted to take it now, if we take it in January, what was the decision in terms
Vote
of
in
that?
one.
For the selection, that selection was changed by
What
resolution.
selection?
Selection of vice mayor was changed by
No,
resolution.
she put it, I'm thinking.
Well,
Councilman Simervin.
So I actually asked the city administration to put it as usual, every end of the year. Well, actually, before we had a rotation. Obviously, the council, well, the old council, changed it to have a selection. This is the last council meeting of the year, and typically my understanding is that at the January 1st, we have a new vice mayor. So this would be the opportunity to go ahead and make that selection.
That's the point. If you want to do that today, yes, do that, because the resolution that required a new vice mayor in January, we call that. We don't have a actual resolution for the mayor.
Excuse me?
The charter said council members appoint the vice mayor.
Correct.
At any time.
So my question is, Madam Attorney, what's the length of the vice mayorship? How long is that? So there's no start or end date?
If I may, Mr. Mayor.
Let the attorney.
So, Mayor and Council, in May 25th of this year, you guys adopted Resolution 2021-R-56, which rescinded the rotation system that you had in place. It also had a timeline associated with what the Mayor and Council chose to do at that time was to revert Section 13 of the Charter, which controls the election of the Vice Mayor, and simply states that the Vice Mayor shall be elected from among the council members. So it is within the discretion of the Mayor and Council when and how elect Vice.
So my question to this board is, when are we going to have the election, and can we...
There's no election. If we can do that now, we can do that then, and it's up to us.
May I suggest that we do that now, so that when
Okay.
January 1st comes in,
For how
that we
long?
have... For a year. That's,
For a year?
Is that...
My motion is to hire Councilman Alex Desulme as Vice Mayor for 1 year, starting January 1st.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
Madam Clerk is writing.
Why?
I have to write down the full motion. I have a motion made by Mayor Biename to appoint Councilman Alex Desulme as Vice Mayor for 1 year starting on January 1st. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
The motion carries with a 4-1 vote.
It has been my honor and privilege. Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you.
Tab N.
Tab N, discussion regarding the donation of Wildcat Center statue.
And as we see, we put it on the, my comment on that, and I don't know if we're about to acquire the Wildcat Center, and we don't know if we're going to keep it as the Wildcat or if we're going to change the name. I'd rather finish everything, so if we change the name, we will decide exactly what to do. I think it's too early to discuss that. That's my view on it.
I definitely favor renaming the facility because Wildcat doesn't mean anything.
No, I
to
understand
North
that.
Miami.
But when the time comes, we will
I just
decide
think
it's better to do it that way.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying down the road, not too far down the road, I think we should rename it. Calling it Wildcat is an honor to Johnson and Wales, who left us high and dry and left. So
but better for us, in a way.
Yeah, and if there's somebody that I personally don't mind if we want to donate the statue to somebody or whatever. I totally agree that it not be Wildcat.
I agree with you, but it's better to wait, finalize everything. We put in like that, and we said this is what we're gonna do with the statue. Better that instead of in advance deciding.
So this was put forth to, because there was a standing request on a donation of a statute. Currently, Jimmy Tate is acquiring it and is the owner, and did have a request that would come forward to the council about whether or not we wanted to.
Look, like I said, it's better to wait when you finalize everything and we take control of the site, and then we will better that. Thank you very much. And now, citizen forums.
Concerned former employee. Good evening, clerk, mayor, and council,
Excuse
and
me?
city administration.
What did you say, Madam Clerk?
Title.
Oh, citizen forum.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm reading.
Oh, what you receive also.
Concerned former employee. Good evening, clerk, mayor, and council, and city administration. For the new year, it is my hope that the mayor and council will take appropriate measures to address the toxic work environment that is City Hall due to the poor leadership of the University of Miami and Harvard-educated city manager, Teresa Theralis. The high turnover rate of directors and employees and wrongful terminations by this city manager should be of great concern to you. Your current city manager has expressed the willingness to lead without structure, and as a result, there are very few accomplishments to speak of from her administration. City management requires leadership that fosters community within the work family, but instead, she fosters division among staff, has zero professional courtesy with how she speaks to staff,
and only cares about making backdoor deals for herself, which undermine the actual progress of the city. She does not care to truly work with mayor and council for the benefit of the city. She only cares about herself. There will not be a City of North Miami government if the trend of employees leaving or being senselessly terminated continues. Mayor and council, quote, "If you don't stand up for something, you will fall for anything. Sincerely, concerned former employee."
Thank you very
Mrs.
much. Good
Noname?
question.
Yeah, can
Next time,
no
we
name.
have to
anonymous
read
piece
things.
like that? I'm
Yeah,
not-
If
that's-
it's citizen
yeah.
form, it's not public record. The person have to say
Yeah,
the
they have
name,
to state their name
address,
and
and
the address to
everything.
know.
So in the past, we were told that if somebody submits a comment
No.
for
No.
Citizens Forum, then it must be read on the record because they submitted it for Citizens Forum.
No, but the same way we ask anybody who wish to speak on
What,
citizen
Jennifer,
forum
what does the law say?
to say their name and address.
No,
What
no,
do
no,
you think?
seriously, because we had that with League of Cities. I don't think you could just,
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was-
Jennifer,
No,
what does it?
cannot,
Well, let's see what she says.
It's within the discretion of the chairman and the board.
Yeah,
there's
that's
no-
what it is.
So I've got
Yeah.
a question then. Is there an email address attached to that email?
Yes.
Probably created a fake one.
Yeah,
Well, that
next
could be
time
too, you're right.
the
Yeah.
person need name and address in order to read doing citizen forum.
And this is just, Mr. Mayor. this-
Anybody can say whatever they want and
Correct.
behind some next time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Public. Yes, sir.
William Prevotel, 11950 North Bay Shore Drive. Just a few items. First, I'd like to extend congratulations to Councilwoman Mary Estime Irwin for her success in putting together this Women's Committee. I wish it many, many fruitful years and the very best as it begins this year. Another item is the Wildcat Center statue. Since there is a bit of a financial strain overall in undertaking this facility, it would be nice not to be so quick in giving away any of that asset, unless you're talking about possibly relocating the statue within the city limits to one of the schools or something, but to just give it away, it probably does have some value in one form or another. Hopefully we can keep that in the city, and maybe it takes on a different identity. Third item is, let's put it in terms of hypotheticals. I know the city wishes to save money and to be wise with their expenditures. And sometimes when things go a little bit wrong amongst the city and the citizens, and then they correct the policy they recognize that there's a problem and they correct such policy, I think it would be wise in the future not to let such a legal case extend 10 years or more. It's really best not to have outside counsel burning money, using our in-house counsel burning their time, that these things should be resolved sooner in the future. The city has basically admitted wrongdoing, and therefore that should be recognized in a modest way so we can move on efficiently. And finally, congratulations to the council, to the staff, and everybody in the city of North Miami for getting through a new year. Happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Citizen Forum still open. We have 2 mics from here.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Pierre Charles, 855 Northwest 126th Street. Just want to say congratulations to Councilman Galvin, 23 years, something to live for. Thank you very much. And to Vice Mayor, new Vice Mayor, newly elected Vice Mayor, Desmond May. And hopefully with you all on the council and the mayor, I think our city will look great. And I just want to say Merry Christmas to you all and Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Good evening once again. Arceli Rudila, 13400 Northeast 9th Avenue. Yes, congratulations to Councilman Galvin. I think you've been counselor since I first came to the States.
Oh my God.
And I didn't have a baby at that time. Now she's the commission mayor. But yeah, thank you so much for, I would like to see more projects like the one that was presented earlier. And I just wish that we have more of that instead of a storage facility, which I see more. Which is sad to see because it's a passive use and it does not really create any pedestrian activities. And I just don't want us to be a passerby city where everyone will store their storage in North Miami and go to Aventura or to Bal Harbor. So I would like to see more development. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Citizen forum still open. Citizen forum is now closed. Council reports.
I just want to say Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. I'm at 23 years now in May. I guess you're stuck with me through one more Christmas after this. So thank you for the honor earlier tonight. And like I say, happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much, District 2.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, those that were celebrating Hanukkah, of course, Happy Kwanzaa. And as we enter into 2022, look forward to working with this council and working with all of you to continue to push the city forward. Also would like to invite you to the ELF workshop that I will be sponsoring at Councilwoman Mary Estime Irvin's Winter Wonderland. There'll be free holiday gear, free holiday treats, so bring out the kids and of course toys. And looking forward to seeing you guys this Saturday at North Miami Police Department for snow. My little ones will be there. Thank you, Chief, for hosting it, and thank you to our officers for continuing to do all that you do to keep us safe in the city. And with that, Mayor, I am done.
Thank you very much, Councilman Desiree.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to wish everyone Merry Christmas, Bon Année, Happy Kwanzaa, Feliz Navidad, and all of the above. I also want to thank my colleague for nominating me again. It's a selection of vice mayor, but I wanted to say something. You know, I was elected a couple years ago, and I think my work for the time that I've been on this council speaks for itself in terms of I come here, I do the work of the people. Title does not make me who I am or the work that I do. And I say that because I think from staff to residents, when it comes to integrity and the work that I stand by it in terms of what we have done in this city. There's a lot of challenges ahead of us. As we look at the new year, I am looking forward to work with, all the residents and the staff because this job does not stop. We nearly get paid enough for anything. And just like the staff, Christmas, whatever the holiday is, we get calls that it's unbelievable. I think if you talk to Chief Jariga, you'll start laughing and the city manager and staff. It's, but it's important to that person who make that call. And one of the promises that I said to myself when I got here and I learned from, Councilman Galvin, which I helped, got elected in 1999. And I learned in responding to residents when they called, and that's one of the things which I've done and I will continue doing. It's not easy work, but I say all this to say thank you to my colleague, but the title does not make you who you are. It's the work that you do in the community that speaks volume. I want to say thank you and Happy New Year, Happy Kwanzaa to everyone, to staff and everyone else. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays to everyone. Wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. We're going to go to recess until the next council meeting. You have my number, and I'm pretty much have the number of every council members, and enjoy the holidays. So, Women Estimate Irvin. Thank you very much. Chief, I have a question, please. It's going to be the event Saturday? Sir? The event Saturday. The snow.
Yes, sir. Larry Juriga, Police Chief, on Saturday at the North Miami Police Department from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. The name of the event is Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. We are having 10 tons of snow delivered for the children and council members to play in. We're also going to have a company that's going to create falling snow from above the area from the building. We're going to have a petting zoo, multiple ponies for children to ride. And there will be a special guest joining us besides all the special men and women who work at the police department.
Who's that special guest?
It's a secret,
A
sir.
football player?
What's that?
A dolphin?
His uniform's red, I'll give you that.
Oh, okay. You didn't say happy holidays to everyone.
I was just answering your question, sir, but happy holidays to you and everyone else.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to... Oh, sorry. Madam City Clerk report.
Yes, I just want to wish everyone a happy holiday season and a very prosperous new year. I wish to remind you all that not everyone gets to be with their family this year. And so as much as you can, please be there for one another. Please be there for your neighbors. Please be there for people who really need warmth and love this holiday season. I want to remind everyone to get tested. It is HIV and AIDS Awareness Month, so really good time to remember to get tested. You should always get tested. And, when it comes to the passports, you all, I've told you this so many times, and yet you still call me and text me and ask me if there's something that I can do to expedite it. If you're trying to travel, your passport's expired, you are stuck. And so please try to renew it before it expires. Thank you all so much for all the hard work that you do as city staff. I think that the work that all of you do is extremely important. And I just want to say that I really hope that you all get to enjoy your family this holiday season. And that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. City Attorney's report.
No report, Mayor.
Thank you very much.
Just a few announcements. First, I want to say happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everyone. I too wanted to just recognize the giant of Carrie Meek. She was the first elected official throughout my childhood that I had able to have a lot of experience with as a kid growing up. So that she's a fallen giant, and but I am happy that I had the ability, and that many of us have had the ability to have her as an example. I also want to say congratulations and farewell to our outgoing executive director, Rasha Kamo, who I've had the opportunity to work with over the last 18 months. And as we close the year, we have had different changes in the city in terms of our leadership. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to announce a few people over the last year in terms of those who have become part of the leadership team. First, I want to recognize Crystal Patterson, who became our permanent code compliance director this year, as well as John Murphys, who became our strategic initiatives and economic development director. We recently named Paul Bazil as the library director designee. He will take the place of the retiring Lucia Gonzalez in January. I also want to recognize Claude Charles, who is our information technology director, as well as Sam Brinson, Parks and Recreation director. We have two in acting roles. One, we have Derek Cook, who has been with the planning department for many years and is our acting community planning director, as well as John McCarty, who's been here to be our acting risk manager. Of note, I want to say that this will be the first time in the history of the city of North Miami that 5 people from our executive leadership team are of Haitian descent. I have built over the last year a very strong team. I'm very proud of them. We have a number of them are very young professionals who have worked through the years and gotten here and where they are. And so I'm happy to close out the year with that. Thank you.
Can I
Wait, Deputy Secretary?
After you, I want to make a quick comment. After you, then. Go ahead, lady.
First of all, I wanted to say thank you to each of you, Mayor and Council, for your words of encouragement and your thoughts and prayers that each of you extended me.
Yes.
So thank you for that. I also, Also wanted to say happy holidays to everyone and congratulations to Councilman Desume on being our vice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Mayor, just a moment of privilege. I know we got to go. You know, I know the manager was reading accomplishments or whatever you want to say. It said, yes, we have had some changes and we are aware. Well, I am aware of it. I knew there was a memo that was put out last week, and I called the attorney regarding communications, and I get it very clear. That memo had nothing to do with you can't speak to council people, because you certainly can, or at least to me. And everybody know my phone number, staff, whoever it is, regarding a memo that was, oh, you probably didn't read your email. A memo
The memo stated that staff cannot speak to.
Well, they didn't say, well, you know, the attorney said that's not what the memo said.
Listen, staff can talk to anybody.
Yes.
Anybody that feel like they want to speak.
Absolutely. That's on them.
Me, my door is open. Any employee who want to speak with me,
yes,
you're free to do so. As a matter of fact, some of them, and you see me on the street, and some of them are residents of the city and been here around for a long time. That's been all the managers been saying that.
Yeah, all
don't
of
pay attention to them. Because they cannot do anything to you. They can come and speak with whoever they want.
Yes, and we had
They cannot stop you. After 5:30, you can speak to me. Okay.
But you can speak to me anytime. But the problem
just to
is,
show you that's been.
And the thing, Mr. Mayor, with previous manager, the law says I cannot direct a staff, and I know, and I think everybody here knows that. But I need you to answer questions, and especially if you have a cell phone that I pay for, I'm gonna call you. And if I do, please make sure you answer that cell phone. So in terms of that, I do want to say I understand and I know what is happening in terms of you know, the high turnaround. I don't like it, but it is a process, and I respect everyone for making the decision. However, and I'm very straightforward. That's why I don't play when it comes to politics, when it comes to whatever that you want to call it. It is what it is. Everybody, I don't have to like you. And I think all staff here knows that if you do your job, I will be your biggest supporter, and we don't have to like each other. You just have to come here, and my priority is the residents. I think everybody on this dais, their priority is the residents. We may do it differently, but when it comes to me, but if you're going to say something about a staff or management or anybody, period, you need to be man up or woman enough to put your name to it. That's all I'm saying, because I don't like these little, you know, things. If you have a private conversation, I mean, that's different. But if you're going to put something about, you know, somebody or anybody, put your name to it. If not, keep it to yourself.
Address,
well, they don't have their address, but their name. You know, but other than that, I wish everyone a happy Christmas, especially for the staff. I know they've been working hard because we are understaffed. You know, it is what it is. But we will, you know, we've been through it, you know, before.
We will survive.
Yes, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night. And can I motion to adjourn?
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Desume Councilman Desume to adjourn, seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries with a 4-0 vote. It is 8:52 p.m.